Hello everyone. Today we're going to learn how to create a main menu like this one on Unity. So the first thing that you have to do is to go to the hierarchy over here and you do a right click and then you go UI and you create an image. So this is going to create an image that is a bit small on a canvas, and some of you might be seeing the screen in 3D mode like this. So all what you have to do is to click on 2D on the top of the screen, and it will change to 2D mode so we can see the image clearly. Then we have to make the image bigger. So we will select the image from here, from the hierarchy. Then we will select the scaling tool over here, and we will scale it to fill this rectangle over here, which means the full screen. Okay, now once we have it scaled, I will change the name of this image by clicking F2 or double clicking on the name to main menu. Okay, and now I'm going to put my background instead of this image. So we are going to import the sprites or the images that we are going to use inside our project. In my case, I already have a folder called sprites over here. So if you don't have it, all what you have to do is to right click on the project, create, and then you create a folder. Then you name it sprites. And inside this folder, we're going to choose which images we want to import. Then we drag it and simply drop it inside the Unity editor. This will give us the image like this one. And then to make it work, what you have to do is to go to the right side on the inspector. You will see that its texture type is default. We have to change that to become Sprite 2D and UI so we can use it inside our user interface. Then if your version of Unity sets this to multiple automatically, then set it single and click on apply. Once we done that, we can use this image inside our interfaces. Okay, then I will go back to the image main menu. I will select it. Then on the right in the inspector, you can see that it needs a source image. That is the image that we are going to use. We can click on this icon over here, and that will allow us to choose from the images that we have inside the project. And I can choose the image. Second option is just to drag the image from the project and drop it inside here. Okay, cool. Now we have the background ready, and we can start creating the main menu. So inside the main menu object, I'm gonna select it and gonna do a right click, then create a UI, then another image. Inside this image, I'm going to put the image that I had, which is this object that I'm going to put the buttons inside. So I will just make it bigger. I will hold shift and drag it from the corner. Okay, I think that this is good. And I will just change the name over here to button container, for example. And now we are going to create our buttons inside it. So I will just right click on it, then UI, and I will search for button text mesh pro. This will create this button over here. Then I'll resize the button and I will change the background of it to my button. So I will just, like usual, drag and drop the image inside the source image over here. Okay, this will give us the button, but it's a bit stretched because of the size. So to fix this problem, I'm going to go to the image on the button, and then I'm going to click on preserve aspect. And this will try to resize the image from all the sides in the same way. so it doesn't get stretched. So I will change the size of this image. Let's say this is a good size. Okay, and then I will rename it, the button. I will change the name to Start Button. Okay, and then inside it, if we open it, we will find a text, and this text is the button text. I will change it to Start, as you can see over here, and I will change the color, which is on the right corner over here, to white. And we can make the text bigger by changing the font size. Over here it's 24, so I'll make it more. Let's say 33 is good. Okay. And then I will just copy and paste this button 2 times. So I will select the Start button over here on the hierarchy. Then I will do Control C and Control V twice. That will create 2 more buttons for us. Then I will select the first copy and I will go to its position on Y and I will do minus 150 to make it in the bottom. And after that, for the second image that we copied, I will do minus 300 and that will make the image more in the bottom. Then I will select the three buttons, together by holding Control. I have the 3 buttons. I will select the Move tool and I will move them a bit to the top like this and try to center them. Once I'm happy with my buttons, I will leave them like that and I will change the name. So this is Start button. This is gonna be Settings button and the last one gonna be Quit button. Then we have to change the text inside. So I will just go on each button and its child is the text and I will change it over here to Settings and the other one to Quit. Okay, now we have our 3 buttons. What is left is to create the title of the game that we are going to put on the top. So I will right click on the button container and I will go UI, Text Mesh Pro, and this will create this text over here. I will just select the Move tool and I will put it in the top. Then I'll choose the Resize tool to change its size. I'll resize it like this. Then what is left is to center it. To center the text, you have to go to the Text Mesh Pro component on the inspector. Then you select this icon to center it horizontally and this one to center it vertically. Once the text is centered, we're going to change the text to the title of the game. So I will just call it Magic World, for example. Okay. Then I will click on the B to make the text bold. So it seems that the space isn't enough, so it goes down a line. So I'll just adjust it a bit. Okay, and I will make it a bit bigger for the title. Okay, great. So once I have my title, I will change its color. So here it's white. So I will just do this one to pick a color, and I will pick the same color as my button to make the title blue. And there is an effect that I want to do is to make a copy of this text. You paste it. I will change the color to white and I will just move the blue text a bit and this will give the text some sort of effect like a shadow effect, as you can see. Okay, you can keep it like this and I will change the names to title and title shadow. And one more thing is to change the position of the buttons a bit to the bottom. So I will select the 3 buttons and I will move them a bit down and same for the title. Okay, that's good. I think that the form of the parent is a bit stretched. To fix that, I will just select it, the button container, and I will choose here preserve aspect to make sure it doesn't get stretched. Okay, and now it's good. And we have our menu. The next thing that we're going to do is to create the code that gonna activate the start. When we click start, it's gonna start the next level, and we click on quit, it will close the game. So I'll go to project, right click, I'll go to create and mono behavior script. I will call this script main menu manager, and I will open it. Okay, once the script is opened, we will find this code inside it. I will just remove this comment, the start method and the update method, and I'll create our own code. So I will go with public to create a method that is public, and we can access it from outside from the buttons. And then I will go void, and here I'll call this method on click start. Okay, and inside this we want to start the next scene or the level 1 scene. So I'll go to scene manager dot load scene. It can be load scene or load scene async. I will be using load scene async. And inside it, we can put either the scene index or the build index or the name of the scene. So in my case, I will put the name of the scene. I'll call it level 1. Okay. And we'll create another method that's called public void on click quit. And inside it, we're going to do application dot quit, which closes the application. Once done, we're going to save the code and go back to Unity. Okay, great. Now for my script, I want it to be organized, so I'll create another folder. I will call it scripts, and I will drag and drop the script inside it just to keep things clean. Okay, and now I will make sure that I have the level 1 scene. So I will just go over here, scenes, create, and I'm going to create an empty scene, and I will call it the same name that we loaded, which is level 1. Okay, great. One last thing that we need to do before wiring the methods to the buttons is to add this scene to the build settings. I'll go build profile, and if you are in an older version of Unity, you will find build settings. Then in the scene list, you'll find it like this. It's gonna have just the main menu. We're gonna drag and drop the level 1. Okay. And as you can see over here, the level 1 also have an index. So it's either we can do in the code load scene level 1 or load scene, and we put number 1, which is corresponding to the scene. Okay, great. Now what is left is to wire the events. So I will go to our start button, then I'll select it. In the right side in the inspector, I will find the button component, and in it there is the on click event. I'm going to click on the plus, and in here it demands an object that has the script, that has the methods. So in order to be able to call the methods, we will create an empty object in the scene. I'm going to create empty, and I will call it main menu manager. I will change its position to 0, 0 to keep things clean, and I will add a component which is our script, and it's called main menu manager. Okay, once done, we can go back to the button, and now we can drag and drop the main menu manager that we've created and put it over here. And then we go to the functions, we choose our script, main menu manager, and we choose on click start. Great. And for the quit button, I'm gonna do the same. I'm going to select it, plus I will drag the main menu manager over here, go to main menu manager, and I'll choose on click quit. Okay, great. And if we want to test this, we can click on the play button. And if we click on the start, it's gonna load the level 1 start. As you can see, it's loaded the level 1 scene over here. And if we click on the quit, it won't work because we are in the Unity editor. But once you have your application built, it will work, and the quit button will close the application. Thank you for following this tutorial until now. If you want to see more about the settings menu and we get to see the volume and choosing the resolution of the screen, please subscribe and follow the channel for more videos. Thank you for watching.